And today we're going to talk about our profile for showing the user their personal information. Well, not personal, the information that they want to show. So I want you to go ahead. I've already went ahead and done so, but go to your containers and under user, you may have it be named users with an S. If you do have that, I want you to rename it to user without the S, because that's how my project went. So under user, I want you to make that profile folder, and under that profile folder, there's a little bit of thunder and lightning going on over here in Birmingham, but I think it's just hungry. But under that profile folder, I want you to make a Dances.js folder and a Profile.js folder. Now, the Dances.js folder is empty, and it's going to be empty for this episode, but the profile we're going to fill in. But before we do that, I want you to go ahead, go to your sagas.js, make sure you have this navigation service imported, and make sure that you have NavigationService.navigate profile over here in your login user function in your sagas. If you don't have it, then add it in right now. But if you've been following along the video, then you should. So for today's video, it's going to be quite short. We're just going to be talking about this profile.js. So there's a lot of code. I'm not going to show everything to you. I'm going to try, but it's going to be a file that I'm going to upload. So make sure that you've joined our mailing list or that you've joined our Facebook group, because you'll get it through our mailing list. So with that said, I want you to go ahead and do all these import functions if you want to type them out. You can notice that it's all pretty standard. We're importing the same things from pretty much login. If you just take a look and compare, we're importing stuff from native base, expo constant, expo font, expo, React, Redux, blah, blah, blah. So we wrote a constructor, and the first thing that we do is we actually get the dances, get the invites, and get the partners. Now, for the purpose of our app, we don't have invites or partners because even I didn't implement that yet. I thought it was something that I'd do in a phase 2. So we're not going to talk about that, but dances we'll for sure do. So when the user has logged in, the first thing we want to do is get all the dances that they do. So we make an API call. This is a reference to our sagas. We do an API call. We go to the backend. We grab all the dances that this person does. Doing like a select all from dances where user ID equals this person's ID. So in this component did mount, I have no idea what that actually does. Get conversations, right? So what this does is this will actually get the conversations that this user already has. That is because when we go work on conversations, what will happen first is if we go to the screen right away, we'll have to load the conversation, and that means that the user will take some time waiting for the conversation to actually show up. So what we want to do is we want to go right ahead, right away. Once the user plops into that profile, we want to spin up that the workers to actually do that action already in terms of getting the conversations from our database. So that's that. We have this upload profile pic, which pretty much does what it says. It does an Ajax call, does a post to post the profile picture that the user has uploaded. And we'll show that in a later video. But to give you a fair idea, we are doing this new form data, and we're appending the user photo, which is the file that the user has selected either from their camera roll, if I remember correctly, and just their camera roll, because I think I've only implemented the camera rolls. So that's that. So with that said, we have this gigantic render function, and what it'll render first is the person's name, and actually what it'll do first is, you see this document location host name includes blah blah blah. This is what we do to check whether the user is coming from a staging environment or from the production environment. And particularly this code is not React Native code. So it's just something that I copy and pasted from my website just to have something to work with. But it's a little detour to give you guys a little bit of a taste of React.js. So what we'll do here is we'll actually check the host name, basically where your address bar is. If it's in staging environment, then it'll go get the picture from my staging CDN. If it's not, then if it's in production, then it'll get it from the production CDN. Otherwise, it'll get it from the development CDN. And the content distribution network is pretty much, I have these CDNs pointing to different buckets in S3, which is the Amazon, like, I forgot what S3 stood for, but I just call it S3, where I still store all my photos. Anyways, after we get the URL, we're gonna get the image link, and we're just gonna plop it into this div tag, which we assign to our profile picture, so that when we get to the meat of the screen, we'll show the profile picture, we'll show an option to upload a profile picture, and this is where actually the user will get to click on a button or the little circle and get to upload their profile picture. So with that said, we also have these little tabs. This is going to be gone, and like I said before, this is React.js code, so it wouldn't apply to your React Native app. We're going to spice it up a little bit. But you can see that we have a screen basically for their profile, a screen for their dances, a screen for the invites that they sent to, like, pretty much friend requests for if we are related to Facebook or something, and invitations for people that have friend requested them, and the people that are already their partners. And of course, at the end, we're going to do this map state to props and map dispatch to props in order to get access to all our selectors and actions. But like I said, keep this in like the back of your mind. If you want to ask questions, then please go ahead and ask it in the Facebook group or send me an email, and I'll love to explain it to you via the mailing list. But this code we will take as a skeleton in order to get some inspiration of how to write our screen for our profile. So that's where I'm gonna leave it. Please rate, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to join our mailing list and join our Facebook group in order to get access to this file. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Take care.